everyone, I'm Bart.
I'm Gio.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Nikki, and you're watching
AskTheFeels.
Today we have a question from Aspen.
So, in many cultures and in my culture, it's important that a woman remain a virgin and have her hymen intact as proof of virginity. So I recently went horseback riding, and after I came home, I realized I'd actually torn my hymen. So, for women, did you tear your hymen through sexual intercourse, masturbation, or other activities? And for men, have you ever had intercourse with a woman that had her hymen intact? What was it like? Overall, what's your view and opinion of it all? And do men still prefer or expect an intact hymen if you find out you're still a virgin?
Wow. Yeah, that's heavy. There were so many questions.
So the first question was for the ladies, which is, have you ever had your hymen like basically
Bursted open.
Yeah.
outside of sex?
No.
So you experienced it during sex?
Yes.
And for you was?
Damn, and it didn't hurt for you, and it hurt for me. I broke my hymen early, like when I was 8. I fell on the middle of my bike, like my bike went over a bump, and I fell off the seat onto the
Post?
Yeah, the middle part. Yeah, and it was bleeding, and it was scary. So yeah, I had no idea what was going on, but yeah, I broke my hymen then. I mean, I'm guessing that's what it was.
What about you when you had sex for the first time? Can you feel your hymen being bursted?
Well, he was like, he wasn't like average size, he was actually pretty big. So
it was just smashed
yeah,
everything.
it was
just fucking whatever was there, it was gone.
Yeah, it was obliterated. So I didn't know like where the pain was coming from. Wow.
Demolished the whole building.
But for you to place such a pressure, or your family to place such a pressure on the girl needing to have that intact that's so hard, because it's not necessarily going to happen through sex. I mean, for me it didn't. So yeah, to me, I've never, like when I lost my virginity, my boyfriend wasn't even thinking about a hymen. It wasn't even, I don't think it even
That's
crossed
not the
his
first thing
mind.
that I think of. Oh, she better have her hymen intact. Oh, it's like, I actually don't want her to have her hymen up there.
But it just sounds like an insecurity.
So I don't want it to rip. I don't want blood. I want it to be nice
It's
and
messy.
clean and all that shit. And I've had my few shares of virgins, and no, they didn't have hymens.
It's a very old way of thinking, like biblical times.
that's
way
how
of
I feel
thinking,
like.
where a woman should be owned, and she should be a prized possession that you have, and no one should have touched her before you. And I don't.
Okay, so she's saying in her culture, it's basically that though. They put a huge emphasis on when she gets married, and then bam.
And then the guy's like, oh, let me examine this and inspect this.
Where's the hymen?
I think she comes from a very old-fashioned culture, because like my first girlfriend, she was also a virgin. And I just took her word for it. I wasn't like, oh, let me inspect down there before we have sex. I feel like that kind of would throw the vibes off. It'd be really, really weird. If she's like, oh, she's a virgin, I'm a virgin. Okay, cool. And I feel like for most modern society, I think when people have sex, I don't think the first thing they're doing is like fucking poking around. I'm like, oh, there it is. Haha, I'm all horny now. You know, like. I feel like they just go with the flow, so I don't think that's something you really have to.
So I guess it all depends on like how things pan out. If you follow your tradition all the way till marriage, is it an arranged marriage? Because if it's an arranged marriage, then maybe he is checking for that. I don't know. But if it's someone that you fall in love with and you meet,
and they're not of the same religion or culture, they're not gonna care.
They're not gonna care.
I don't care.
They wouldn't give a fuck.
I actually want that shit gone.
Yeah, because it's a lot of pressure for a guy to have to like pierce through that.
I know. I don't want to burst through that web of skin.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it's messy. There's blood everywhere.
I'd rather have a girl without it.
Yeah. Anytime there's blood involved, I can do without it, for sure.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. As long as, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's pretty big and important in your culture, but I think outside of it, in modern society, nobody cares.
Yeah, I mean, and you have a legitimate reason as to why you don't have yours, because you lost yours the same way, like, similar to
millions of other people do.
Yeah, and millions of other people. I've heard it's so common for the horseback riding, and I've heard that so many times with a lot of girls. I mean, if you're, since you're telling the truth, I feel like, you might get, you might get judged, but I mean, there's nothing, you can't go away from the truth. The truth will always be the truth. Yeah. So just as long as you're telling the truth, you have nothing to worry about. The truth will set you free.
Yeah. If they don't believe you, fuck them.
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed that last episode. If you guys liked the video, please make sure to guess it. Like the video! Yay! To check out our latest video, click over here.
She had to do something really fucked up for the pastor to kick her out.
I saw that dust, Janora. Just comes up. calls him a hug. What if she was like flashing her titties at the pastor every time he was giving a sermon?
It's like down here though.
Nipples are braided.
It happens. Don't even question
Or
it.
it's just one of those pastors that can't take any criticism.
Yeah, because she said that
Terrible.
that he was not following the covenant of the Baptist Church and is trying to change the denomination to a holiness church. So pretty much